I'm just Riff, and I'm going to show you how to build this Stomp box, Stomp board. I like the way it turned out. Alright, stand by. I'll show you how I did this thing. So I decided to go with something shaped a little bit like this. That way I can have some sound holes coming off of those two corners on top and one in the middle, and a nice platform for stomping my foot. So I got to take that design I just showed you and somehow make this single board here work for all the sides. So I'll have to do some measuring and then make it work, and that's what size it's going to be. No plan, just going for it. Oh, by the way, I do have a nice little miter saw here. You could probably do it with a miter box, or, you know, doesn't matter. So a little quick scratching around on the paper, and I'm thinking 8 plus 12 plus 5 plus 10 plus 5 plus 12. That looks like a good sized little foot stomp board to me. So that's like 52 inches, and this board is just about 70. So you're thinking, well, how are you going to calculate those angles? Isn't that important? Well, yeah, that is important, but you know, I got an extra couple feet of wood here, so I'm just gonna guess. What the fuck, right? Just gonna, you know, make a little bit of an angle cut and put it on there and go, oh, I want a little more, and then do a little bit more angle, and then, yeah, I want a little more, and then I got my angles for the two top corners and the very top board. No problem. So I cut my first piece at 11 inches. And now I'll do some, I think I'll cut a 5-inch piece, and then I'll do some markup, get my angle how I want it, and then I'll cut those angles. Alright, in case you want to actually see me cut a piece of wood to make sure that I'm actually building this thing. So now I'm just going to lay it out, find something that I think is pleasing for angles, and then I'll probably just, you know, set this guy up here at the angle I think I like, and that's the angle I'll cut on both sides the same, and this can joint straight up into the cut angle. And the next angle cut will be here, coming back. I think. I don't know. I'm just winging this. We'll see. Alright, I guess I'm going to figure this out for you guys and give you the numbers and make your lives easier. 25-degree cuts on that top piece. 30-degree cuts on those two side pieces. And 45 and a 45 there for starters. And let's see which way we're going with that. So this is where it got a little fun. Those bottom cuts on that bottom piece of wood are 45s. Those are, heck, I don't know, about 22 or 23. Just had to fudge it a little bit until they fit, and then the box is gonna look something like that. pick out the nicer size of your beechwood or whatever you decided to use. I like this side best, so I'm going to use it. There's a little maybe over here. So put the good side down. Draw a line all the way down. Square. How do you do that? You put your square on the table. Square it off to the board. Draw the line. Now square the top of the box with the square to that line. No gaps. Nice and square. The other end's lined up square with the bottom of the board. This box should be pretty good looking shape here. Draw your lines. Oops, 616. Keep that baby square. And then we'll cut that out. I'm going to use my little skill saw, but my ultra fine blade is the wrong size, so I had one more new Diablo blade. The teeth are like this. Probably not the best to cut plywood with, but we'll give it a shot. Well, this is the bottom, and it's a little rough on this side. This will be the top. It don't look too bad. That's good. I'm just gonna knock off the loose stuff on the bottom side with my little sander board. Lightly clean the top edge too. So far I haven't done anything really crazy technical, have I? I'm using Gorilla Glue, wood glue, and I'm going to start by gluing that top on, putting the glue on here. Run all the way around. Little swirlies there. Make sure it's solid all the way. I'm going to smooth that out a little bit with my finger before. Well, this looks kind of ridiculous, but I dug around my garage and found all the clamps I got here and there and got it clamped. I'm going to let that dry, no nails on top. And then we'll cut the angle evenly and put a bottom on it. But first, we're going to put some tamburini dingleberries inside of it. It's a good time to clean the shop. Let that set up. Take all those ridiculous clamps off of there. Do a little sanding. Mark it up for sound holes. Maybe figure out where we're going to put some tambourine parts. cut the angle, put a bottom on it. We'll see. Back soon. The glue says let it set up for 20 to 30 minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and let this cure overnight, and we'll finish building it tomorrow. I think this is looking pretty cool. I drilled 2 holes with a hole saw. 1, 2. And then I used a jigsaw to cut across. Did some lines with a straight edge. I got this little thing. It came off one of those foot shakers. It had a strap on it, and you can put it on the top of your shoe, and then when you tap over your shoe, we can get the noise. I cleaned off the bottoms, and I think I'm going to glue that in my box, so when I tap my foot, a little bit of a shaker tip. It's starting to come out. Pretty nice. Should work, at least for some stomp board, porch board effect, you know. Well, I marked my other piece of wood. I'm going to cut that out for a bottom, and we'll just screw that one on. And here is the other cutout. You could take a sander block and clean up these rough edges, and we'll have the bottom of the box. I'm still going to cut some kind of an angle in there, maybe a little less than I initially planned. And then we'll have to do some cleanup around the top there so the board fits flat, flush. I ended up going with these for feet from Ace. Non-skid rubber. 4 of them. Should work just fine. Now I'm just doing the bottom here. I'm just drilling some holes, putting in screws. Tapering it a little bit. And all I had laying around for screws are these drywall screws, so they'll have to do. And I'm just gonna screw up the bottom. Decided not to cut that taper. It would have been kind of difficult to get a nice flat surface with the tools I have, and then when you're sitting there in front of people and stomping on it, it tends to push away from you, and you gotta drag it back, and I think this is a better design. Alright, what the hey. You know, I decided, I keep changing my mind, but that's what this project was, right? We're gonna just build this however we feel like, and see what we end up with. Look, I'm sealing it up. Both sides, pull the screws out, take the board off. And the reason I'm doing this is I decided I want it airtight. And it is going to be my acoustic box. So if something goes wrong with that piezo down the road, that's alright. Just forget about it. We can always stick a new one in there, put a microphone on it. But Yep. She is getting sealed up with wood glue. Presto. We'll put the screws back in and maybe shoot a couple nails in it too. Well, I decided that I was going to take my little propane torch and burn it, put some runes in it. It says Thor, that's a Odin rune, and I think that's looking good. Now I'm going to give it some fine sanding top and bottom and put some oil on it. Yeah, doing a little sanding. Final touches. And I think I'm going to put some oil on it. So this is what I found. It's all I got kicking around the garage. That's what I'm going to use. I think that might look cool. I'll put some clear on top later. That just looks awesome. Look at that. Look at those colors. Yeah. I'm liking it. Look at that. That's going to look great. And then we don't want it all pretty and shiny and shit. We want it to look badass. Like some fine Viking craftsman built it for a gig out on a raid. 1-6. You get the idea. It's gonna look great. So the next time we're on, I think I'm gonna be trying it out. Either that or put some clear on it. This will have to dry for a while. 616. So just that burnt wood sure looks good on the sides. I like that. Glad I thought of it. You know, I didn't have any plan, but if you want to build one just like this, you can use what I did and make it your plan. We'll come up with something close. Yeah. I built a lot of these, and I think this is the first time I ever, well, I built some old stuff. If you look at my YouTube videos, there's some half-ass attempts at building out some of these with using speakers, microphones, and I think this is probably one of my prettiest ones yet. Can't wait to try it out. Alright, see you guys later.